What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another RNG recruiting update. This time with us, we have got a very, very special high upside, in my opinion. Watching the film, I've watched a lot of his film. I hope you guys get a chance to watch some of his film as well. 2025 quarterback, 3-star Bjorn Jurgensen out of Bishop Moore Catholic High School in Florida. He's currently trained by Balin Trujillo. Any of you guys who have watched some of my interviews and stuff, you definitely know how highly I speak of Balin as a person and of his training as well. So I'm glad to see that Bjorn is working with Balin there. Gonna bring him on right now. What's up, Bjorn? How you doing, man?
Good. How are you?
Doing great, man. Doing great. Thanks for taking the time to jump on here and let fans get a little more familiar with you.
Yes, sir. Of course.
I always like to start it off with what's your current height and weight right now?
I'm 6'2", 185 right
Okay.
now. Yeah.
And is that like a comfortable playing weight for you?
Yeah. Last season I played around 175-ish, but I've been trying to gain weight. I'm trying to be around probably like 190, 195 before the season starts. So, and I think I've been trying to build like a lot of muscle and good weight, not bad weight. So, yeah.
So besides hitting the weight room and and getting your weight up and your muscle tone and all that kind of stuff up where you want to get it, what have you been working on as far as from a technical standpoint at quarterback this offseason? What have you really wanted to kind of work on to take your game to that next level?
So, I think a lot of the stuff is more mental stuff.
Yeah.
So at our school, actually, every Wednesday morning, we get quarterbacks and receivers together in the film room, and we watch last year's film, and we go over certain concepts and certain coverages and what we should do to work against that, and just how to like kind of improve throughout the game after like what we see. So I think that's like a good start for us, especially this spring to go into the fall with.
How did this last season go for you and your high school team?
It was really good. I think it was a really good season. We started off a little rocky because we had a lot of guys who are all new. We had like a lot of people that didn't play together before, and then once we all kind of connected and the team kind of built together, we were like we were putting up, I don't know, 40 points a game, and we were just balling. We were rolling.
It's nice when it all starts to click, right?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Who's your guys' biggest rival high school?
Edgewater, right across the street.
Okay.
Battle of
Okay.
College Park.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
I didn't know you guys were like literally that close.
Yeah, no, it's right down the street from us.
Okay. Well, that definitely raises a rival up even higher.
Yeah.
What was it like the last time you guys had a battle with them?
We lost 19-25. There was
Tough
a
game.
lot of, it was really close. It came down to, well, there was a lot of plays that could have been made that we could have done better, and I think we could have won. I think our team was good enough to win and able to win. And I wish we got to get them back this year, but we don't got them on the schedule this year. But
Oh, that's a bummer. I hate to
yeah,
hear that. I hate to hear that, man. Oh,
yeah,
you always want to get that shot. You never forget about that kind of stuff. You want that shot. I get it. I
yeah.
understand. Are you doing any 7-on-7 in the off season?
So I'm not doing any of the club 7-on-7. I'm just more focusing on doing the 7-on-7 with my team and through
Yeah.
the FHSAA. Their 7-on-7s they host, and just building chemistry with my teammates is, I think, the biggest thing for me, because I think that'll help translate us into like just better during the actual season and during the spring.
I like that approach. I like that approach. Sticking with the teammates. What gets you most excited on game day, Bjorn? Is it something, pre-game getting warmed up? Is it something that happens on the field specifically? What really gets you fired up?
I think just being in the locker room with the guys, we're all
Yeah.
bumping music, just getting after it, just getting ready to play, and we're all excited. And then, yeah, that's what I think gets me most pumped up for it.
When you're looking up, at some of these guys, when we're talking about the upper echelon type of quarterbacks here in college, NFL, when you're looking up to those kind of quarterbacks, what kind of traits do you notice from them, the elite ones? What traits do they have physically and mentally that kind of get them to that elite level? What have you noticed?
Well, I've seen through guys like Brady and like Aaron Rodgers and Drew Brees, like everyone like that, like
Yeah.
they know like what's going on, like they know everything about the play, they know who they're going to, what they're reading, and they like make decisions super fast, and I think that's something that is super cool and that I'm really trying to work on through this season, and like just being able to know where I got to go on every play and being confident in that decision every play, I think
Yeah.
would be huge. And then other guys like Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes just
Yeah.
being that like freakish athlete, like being able to make any throw on the field, like off balance, no matter like where they're at on the field, they can make anything happen. So I think that's cool.
Speaking of those two kind of guys, and the off balance and stuff like, off balance throws, multiple arm angles, is that something that you work on in the off season that yourself?
Yeah, yes, sir. With my trainer Balin and stuff, we do a lot of off-platform throws and everything, and um, I think that's really good. It translates to the game well because there's you never expect what's going to happen in the game. You're just out there playing, and it helps a lot to practice those throws before you try to attempt them in games.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's nice, of course, and the offensive line can pick up everything, but if you got to be on the move or run, you want to know that you can make
Yeah,
those passes off some awkward angles, sometimes. So yeah, definitely. I've actually watched some of the drills that you guys have gone through and stuff that you
yeah,
posted on there on Twitter and stuff, and I like the work you guys are doing. Like I mentioned before I even brought you on here, dude, I speak highly of Balin very often. I
yeah.
really respect him a lot as a quarterback trainer and as a man.
Yes, sir.
How long have you been working with Balin?
So I started with Balin like a long time ago, back in like fifth grade-ish. Like
Oh,
I
okay.
was like one of his like earlier guys, and then I don't know. I kind of got away from training with him for a little bit. I don't know why, it just kind of
Yeah.
happened, and then I just started training with him recently again, probably back in December of this year, and it's been great. We have so much fun out there, and it's fun to compete with all the guys in our area because we all go out there to Balin, and it's just fun to catch up with everyone and compete with them.
If you had to describe your game to somebody who's never seen your film before, how would you describe your game to them?
I would say that I'm a playmaker. I would say that no matter what the situation is, I feel like I can make a play out of it. Like if I'm on the run or if I'm just running in general, I feel like I could be explosive.
I think that fits perfect. I think that fits you perfect. Let's talk about a little bit of leadership here at the quarterback position. What kind of a leader are you at the quarterback position? Are you a vocal leader? Do you like to prove it with actions or a little mix of both?
I'd say a little mix of both. I say that that's one of the things I'm really trying to work on is just being more of a vocal leader, like in
Yeah.
the locker room. I've gotten a lot better at it, and just trying to lead my teammates, like being able to get them fired up and make if they make mistakes, being able to pick them up from those mistakes, I think is like a big thing that I'm trying to work on. And I've used to be more of like just like a actions type of guy. Like I'll lead by example, and people will follow usually.
Mhm.
But I think the vocal part is a big thing that I'm working on, and I've gotten a lot better at.
Right on, man. Well, I want to jump into some recruiting talk here with you.
Yes, sir.
Mick, congrats on these offers you've been getting, by the way, dude. Congrats.
Thank
That's
you. Yes,
so
sir.
great to see them coming in, man. I love seeing it, man. Love seeing it. Who are you really been in contact with a lot lately?
I would say I've been talking to FAU quite a bit. James Madison. Um, I would say App State. Those are like probably like three that I've been talking to the most, I would say.
Are you getting a chance to build relationships with like the offensive coordinators, the quarterback coaches from those schools?
Yes, sir. So I have a call with a lot of them every week, kind of, and like we just check up and we kind of talk a little bit, just some conversation about like what's going on and everything. And I've been scheduling a lot of visits to these schools,
Okay.
so I've been sitting in on their quarterback meetings and talking to the coaches, and it's really cool. Yeah.
That's a cool experience.
Yeah.
What schools have you had a chance to, go and go and kind of check out for yourself already?
So I was at FAU this past week. I was also at Temple. Um, I was at Georgia Tech, Georgia State, Western Kentucky, and Coastal.
Okay, you've been
And
busy.
yeah, no, I did that the past week. So it
Wow.
was pretty busy. We're traveling around. It was really cool to just check out how like every school has their kind of different way of coaching and like different way of like how they run their meetings and how they talk with their quarterbacks. And it was cool to like really listen in on those and like just see how they communicate with each other. And yeah.
Tell me a little bit about Western Kentucky football. That's a program I'm not super familiar with. Tell me a little bit about them.
Well, they're a very pass heavy team. They
Mhm.
throw the ball a
Yeah.
ton. Like their past two guys, Austin Reed and I think it was Zappy. They led the country in passing for like everything, and
Yeah.
it was really cool. They had beautiful campus. Like it was really nice. It's like you can tell that they really care about football there, and yeah, it was good to visit.
You know, seeing those kind of numbers being put up by the quarterbacks at schools like that, I'm sure that's got to be a very attractive sight to you. Yeah,
Yeah, yes, sir. Yeah.
I wouldn't doubt that one bit. Wouldn't doubt it one bit. Do you have anything here coming up in the future as far as visits you want to make or visits that you already have lined up?
So right now scheduled, I have I'm visiting Liberty the 19th,
Oh, nice.
James Madison the 20th, and I have App State the 27th. So that's what I
Okay.
have scheduled, and then I'm doing the Elite 11 in Orlando this next weekend.
Okay. Kind of curious. One of the schools you mentioned there, I want to get your take on it. What's your feelings about Liberty? I personally, I think it's a fantastic school, especially for the quarterback position.
Yeah. Well, I love Coach Willie Korn. I met him when he came down to school and watched me throw, and he seems like a really cool dude, genuine guy. And I've been keeping in touch with them, and I'm like, really excited to visit their school because they have a program that I think is on the rise, and they're winners. So it's going to be fun to see.
We talked earlier a little bit, about what it takes, to get to those elite levels of the quarterback position, mentally, physically, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Who are some of the players that you're actually looking up to? Not just taking a little bit of their game, but the guys that you truly admire and you look up to.
I would say I really look up to Aaron Rodgers
Mhm.
because he's like he's just legit. Like that guy's a guy, and like he can make any throw, any arm angle, anything, and he's super smart. Like knows what to do with the football. And I would say I look up to him the most.
The throws that he makes, I mean, even when he's running cross body,
Yeah, that's ridiculous. Yeah,
it's just insane. I mean, and
yeah,
we're not talking about like 10, 15-yard throws, like 35, 45-yard throws
yeah.
on the sideline on a
Just on a
dime.
rope. Yeah, on a rope. Yeah,
It's
that guy's
just
legit. Yeah,
it's amazing, man. It's pretty incredible. I'm really hoping that he gets a chance to that injury. I really hope it didn't get him. I'm really hoping he
yeah.
gets a chance to show that he's
I
still,
hope he bounces back. Yeah,
yeah, he's still the same Aaron Rodgers, because football's not it's not nearly as exciting without Aaron Rodgers out there bombing it, dude. It's just
yeah,
not. In this point in the interview, what I like to do is I like to give recruits a chance to kind of show some love to people who've helped them out along the way. Parents, coaches,
yeah.
trainers. Go ahead and show some people some love. Whoever you want to shout out.
Well, I'd like to shout out my mom and dad. They've always supported me through everything I've done. My mom sacrificed so much so that I can achieve my dreams of playing at the next level. I'd also like to thank my coaches because I wouldn't be anywhere without them developing me and just making me a better man, I would say. Um, yeah, and then I would say my teammates for just helping me get better every day and competing. And yeah,
When it's all said and done and you've had your last snap in high school, what would you like your high school legacy to be remembered for?
um, I would like to be remembered as a guy who just like gave it everything they had, like just to do anything for the team and just to win. Like I want to be remembered as a winner. Like at my school, like they're gonna be like, oh, that was his year. That he was balling. The team was balling that year. You know?
You want the coaches pointing up and saying, "That's the guy that put us here.
Yeah.
That's the guy
Yeah.
that put us here. We want you guys to do that."
Yes, sir.
I got you, man. I got you. Go ahead and plug your social media accounts. Where can people find you online?
All right. On Instagram, Bjorn underscore Jurgensen 12. Twitter, Jurgensen 17. And yeah. So
Those are your two spots you're mostly on?
yeah, those are my two spots. Yeah.
All right, all right. Well, man, I got one last question for you here, and I'll let you get on with your night, man. This is a question I ask everybody I bring on, recruits, current players, coaches, ADs. It don't matter. They all get the same question, man.
Yes, sir.
Why do you love the game of football? What makes you want to go out and perform on the highest level on a weekly basis?
I would say I love football because I just love the competition and the grind. Like, I love going out there and competing and trying to be the best I can. And I think that it actually like really helps me develop as a man because I think in life you should always be competing and you should always be like just trying to go for it all, you know?
I think that's a fantastic answer. Honestly, fantastic answer. The competition aspect, the brotherhood aspect, the whole thing.
Yeah.
It makes positive strides, like you said, not just on the field but off the field as well.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Well, Bjorn, man, thank you so much for taking the time to jump on here. I'm glad we finally got the chance. I know we've been talking about it for a little while.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I was dealing, with the shoulder stuff,
Yeah.
but man, I'm really, really glad we got the chance to do this with your, recruitment still active and still ongoing. I definitely want to stay in contact with you and have you back on in the future so we can update
Yes,
fans more
sir.
and more about your recruitment. And man,
Hmm.
just have a killer rest of your off season, dude. Have fun.
Thank you. Thanks for having me on. Yes,
Dude, no
sir.
problem. No problem. It was a blast to have you on here, man. I truly enjoyed it.
Yes, sir. Me too.
Have yourself a great night, Bjorn. We'll talk soon.
All right. Thank you. You too.
All right, guys. That was Bjorn Jurgensen from Bishop Moore Catholic High School in Florida, one of the 2025 quarterbacks that I am definitely keeping an eye on. Currently ranked as a 3-star right now. I'm glad that the recruiting services caught wind of what Bjorn's doing and are seeing what Bjorn's doing and are seeing the talent that he's displaying, because there is, you watch the film. Like I said, mentioned to you guys earlier, you watch the film. The upside is absolutely there. It is definitely there. And not only does he have the upside, he's already got some of the current mechanics and advanced mechanics that some of these guys in the 2025 class don't have yet. So those little things, those little nuances, man, those are some of the things that stick out and make things special. Thank you guys for joining us for another RNG Recruit Update. You guys have a fantastic rest of your night, and we'll see you guys soon.